Hello, how are you doing? I really don't know how to really start this at all whatsoever. But here we go. I'm gonna start it because I really want to start a YouTube channel, and a lot of people have given me some courage to start it. I can go ahead and start off saying by like Jinxie, and a lot more like Casanat, and my biggest Jake Paul. He's kept me pushing through my whole journey. Um, I really got nothing else, so this is really it. But nice to meet you. I'm Jacob. I was a dropout. Well, yeah, I had dropped out. I'm 16. I might look old as shit, bro, but I ain't old. Um, I'm just another guy trying to make it. I hustle. I work under the table. I work for a furniture company. Yeah. I work and do all that. Before that, I had my own pressure washing company. Yeah, like I was saying, man, the video had cut, and that had taught me a lot, man. Is to push for what you want. And like a lot of things are blessing in disguise, man. Like I'm going and flipping burgers, and I knew it was for no reason, bro, because I wasn't making jack shit. And I don't know, I would work so hard, I'd try to clock in so many hours, bro, but I would get only like $300 a paycheck, man. I'm like, bro, I worked my ass off these 2 weeks, biking back and forth, doing that was hard, bro. Doing things for little money, that was hard, man. I started selling weed, man. On the side, I started selling weed, and few, like, they try to, jack me, bro. They try to. So what they was gonna do is, they're gonna fire me after Halloween. They were short on Halloween. They didn't cut me. They cut all my hours, bro. Cause I got mad at my manager, man. Cause he's old as heck, man. And he had it out for me, and he's like telling me like, bro, put the cheese on. And I'm like, bro, you're not finna tell me how I'm finna put the cheese on this shit, man. And he walked to the front, and ever since that day, then my boss talked to me. She was like, man, you can't talk to him like that. If he tells you to do something, you're gonna do it. And I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna do shit. And I was like, well, and I'm not gonna do shit. I looked at her and I was like, well, I'm not gonna do shit, and closed the door right behind me, man. And they booked me for Halloween, and they were gonna fire me. I'm already knowing, so I didn't go, and I didn't go. And then after that, man, I lost, man. The very few money I had collected, shortly was coming down on my living expenses, bro. I'm not paying bills, but I still like to, do things, man, or eat, or shit like that, man. And most of the time, bro, like I want to get clothes for myself, man. Like I grew up getting clothes from other people, man. So like every chance when I got money, I feel like it's a bad habit, and that's something I've learned to do now. That I wasn't doing, saving my money, bro, and I would always end up right where I started, man, and come back running, man. When I was selling, man, the person I used to get the weed from, man, he noticed. He was like, bro, you work hard, man. Like, I really mess with you, bro. And like, not knowing my age and not knowing anything about me, man. He was like, I really fuck with you. And, he gave me a chance, man. I really feel like, around this time now, let's say like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, I really started believing in God. But I say 4, 5. And man, like I really saw that as like, damn, God's really speaking to me. He gave me a chance, man. And he called me, and he started, fucking with me. And, I knew then, like, I knew the type of person I had to be, man. And I didn't want to disappoint this man whatsoever, man. Not for no reason, but just because someone is willing to give you an opportunity. It doesn't mean you go jacking around. Doesn't mean you go, doing things, man. And you know, he let me work with him, man. And that taught me a lot. It's been teaching me a lot, man. You know, and I work under the table, man. And I make 20 an hour, and he wants to push for greater, bro. And I see him like me, bro. He pushes for greater, bro. You know, he has things, he has priorities, man. And like, I respect that, man. Like, the type of man he is, you know, I respect that. So every time I go in, you know, I try harder every time, man. And I just get, you know, I keep going harder and harder and harder, bro, and I don't stop. And, you know, that's something that's taught me prior to everything I've gone through, man, is that, like, you get given this opportunity, you know, use it wisely and use your time wisely as you got it, you know, because all things come to an end. And remember that all things do come to an end. So use your opportunity wisely. And all them fuck ups I had of spending my money, you know, I was doing right by saving my money. And I was saving, and whatchamacallit, every time I went to work with him, man, you know, I would try my ass off. I would, you know, I'm young, man. I'm only 16, and, you know, I had to put up this persona as like, you know, I'm just a grown person, bro, talking to these clients, man. You know, I gotta look old. I gotta, you know, fit the face, fit the, you know, the shoes, man. I gotta fit the shoes, and like, you know, like they say, man, fake it till you make it. So, you know, I can't complain, even when I've been like, damn, this about to break my back. My back is hurting, man. Like, my back about to kill me, about to break. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I can't. You know, I gotta work around this somehow. And I keep pushing, man. And that taught me a lot, man. It's like how much, and this time around, this, you know, how much willpower I really got in me and what I'm capable of doing, you know, because, you know, around this time is now, bro. I have no one in my life for real, man. I have very few people I talk to, and that's kept me focused on what I want and my priorities, man. And the things I want to accomplish are big, man. And I noticed that, you know, this time around, I really got to push for what I want, man, you know, and move on to bigger things and brighter things, man. And my goal is to be somewhere at the top, big somewhere, man. I want to retire my mom, man. You know, I want to get my grandma a house, everything she's given me, everything my mom's given me, man, everything that everyone has given me. I want to pay them back, man. And I want to pay myself back, man, because, you know, out of all the odds, out of everything I'm here for, bro, you know, and there's this quote that, you know, it stuck with me, man. My storage got full again, man. But like I was saying, there's one quote that stuck with me, man, is, you know, I don't want to cut it even. I don't want to cut it even. Like, I ain't come through all this jumping and hooping and learning for no reason. And I'm on the path that, you know, is meant for me. And that's something I realized, bro, is that I'm on the path that is meant for me right now. And I have to go through this alone. And, you know, and brighter things will come up ahead, but for right now, I got to do this alone. And something I've realized, man, is right now I'm doing this alone, you know. So that's who I am, man. I'm Jacob. I wanted to make this as like my first for real video, you know. Even if one person watches it, even if, you know, no one watches it, man, at least, you know, I'm doing all this. I have to have a journey, man. I want to have a journey dialogue. I want to show people that you could be whatever age and still chase after your dreams. You know, you're like, damn, well, you know, your mom let you do these things. No, bro, my mom has been against me since day one. But, you know, I had to show her that, you know, by starting my company example, like, you know, I was doing things. I was showing her, like, you know what, this boy is like trying, you know. He's not stopping, and, you know, whatever comes his way, he's not gonna stop. And I guess you could say my mom believed in me, and I know, you know, that's hard for parents, man. And I don't know, man, I just didn't give myself an excuse for my age, and I feel like that's what a lot of people do, is giving themselves an excuse for, like, of their age, bro. Like, get up. I don't care. Who are you, bro? Get up. You know, why are you sitting there, like, and, like, that's why it's so hard for me to make friends my age. you know, and people I grew up now, like my friend of like 3rd grade, my whole life, man. And, you know, he's just, I just, you know, I don't like to see that he don't think like me, but something I had to learn is that not everyone like you, Jacob. You know, and that's something, you know, the dad I consider a dad, which is my brother's dad, man. And that's the dad I consider a dad, man. And recently, man, I had went to go see him, and something that stuck with me was, not everyone's like you, man. And you are one of, and you know, he had told me, man, you're one of a kind, man. So not everyone's like you, Jacob, and no one's like me, and no one's like Michael, and no one's like, you know, Bob, or no one's like Joey. And I was like, you know, that really sunk with me. You know, I don't know why, but and I was like, damn, that's true, man. And I lost a lot of people because of that, man. Because a lot of people around me, I just seen like, you know, you're not on the same type of time and I'm on, you know, and I gotta let you go. You know, I'm not gonna be chilling around you like how I am. So I'm gonna hit you up here and there. And I guess they don't like that when you like focusing on your things and you like to hit them up when you got time, for real. People don't like when you got, you know, doing good, man. And that's real. That's real, bro. They don't like that. So the reason I'm doing all this, man, is to show myself that I can do this, man, and I can accomplish something, man. You know, I'm gonna try to keep this an everyday thing, and somewhere along the way I get somewhere and I get better. And this is my first video, so I'm not gonna be, I hope, I'm not gonna say I'm doing bad because it's my first time. So what I can say is, you know, I'm proud of myself, and you know, I'm glad I'm doing it. I'm gonna post it and I'm gonna keep my word. And that's something that, you know, I do a lot right there is I tell I tell these things, bro, like positive, man. Like I feel like a lot of negativity is really what affects a lot of people, man, is that negativity around people, man. And like just pursuing this big thought of like, you know, negativity, man. It's all so much negativity. But yeah, my YouTube channel not finna be just me talking. I just wanted y'all to get a little backstory on who I am, man. You know, I feel like, you know, if I did make it one day and I did have 5 viewers, you know, I want them to know who they're listening to, man. And I'm Jacob, man. And if you watch this whole video, I really do appreciate it, man. I know I'm a talker. I know I'm a yapper. But, you know, yeah. Hopefully I can see my face one day bigger, man. One thing I'm gonna do is do a good deed today, man. I'm gonna try my hardest to go outside and do a good deed. And whoever watches this, go outside and do a good deed, man. Because something I realized that we all in the boat. We all in the same boat, same reality, man. Even if they don't got the same goals as me, they going through this, you know, in their head, perspective-wise, the same things as me, you know, but in a different perspective, you know. And a lot of this is just mental game, man, and a paradox. It's a big paradox, man. So I might be thinking different goals, but, you know, the person behind me might feel the same way, you know, but with different goals. So it's a paradox, man. Something I realized too a lot. And yeah, go outside and do a good deed, man. If you made it to the end of this, man, and you know, I feel like I definitely don't want to be one of them subscribe and like, but you know, I do see a lot of people do that, so I'm gonna do it, man. If you did watch, you know, subscribe and like, man, so other people can, you know, maybe hear what I'm trying to say. I know I have a lot of nonsense to say, man, but you know, somewhere out there in this universe is meant for someone. And yeah, y'all have a blessed and beautiful day, man. Stay woke. I'll see y'all tomorrow, and I'm gonna keep my word on that, bro. It just takes 1 year. 1 year, man. Just 1 year for your life to change, and that's real. It just takes 1 year. So it's really the day when you start, and that's it. So keep your head up, man, and Yeah, keep y'all head up, man. This is Jacob. It was nice knowing y'all, whoever I'm speaking to. It was a pleasure. Thank you for listening. And follow your dreams and do a good deed today, man. You don't know what others could be going through. I have my own pressure washing company, and I did that, and I whipped that. Because I always wanted money. Since I was young, I love money. And I was taught at a young age, I didn't have a father, so my advice most of the time was just like social media. It's something like Roman Atwood. See, when I used to watch Roman Atwood, I'd be like, damn, man, I feel like that's how my dad would be. You know, my dad would be like that. You know, and like, damn, I was like, damn, I don't have a dad. So, you know, I really just like watched him every day. He helped me every day. I didn't feel so alone, bro. Cause growing up, I used to get in trouble all the time. I used to get, you know, I always got kicked out of school. So, you know, I spent most of my time locked in my room cause I was grounded. So my mom tried everything she could, bro, to get me like, you know, working on my things. But I never liked school, bro. I hated it, man. I was always with the wrong crowd. I was always getting in trouble for that. Cause I couldn't hang with the wrong crowd, so I got a phone late. Cause I was always hanging out with the wrong crowd, man, and I just didn't learn. I was always getting in trouble. Fast forward some couple years, man. I started smoking at a very young age. I smoked pot, and I was smoking weed at a young age, man. And then getting into high school, my pops, I had moved here to Florida, man. I live in Florida right now. Backstory, for me, I used to live in Missouri, and I moved to Florida, man. And I knew my real pops lived in Florida. You know, long story short, you know, it's not how it really was. You know, from how I expected having a dad. I really don't still have a dad, man. You know, I don't only see my real dad like 3 times in like a month, bro. 2 times maybe, feel me? And that's lucky if I see him in a month. But yeah, man. So I really just learned off other people, man. And still I followed my same patterns when I was in high school. And I was never in school, man. You know, and for high school, it made it so much easier because when I was in middle school, I was so, like, I was just skipping inside the school because I couldn't leave the school, and I was so scared. And I always told myself, like, I can't wait for high school. I can't wait until I'm out, and I'm, like, outside of school. And honestly, to be for real, you know, it's because at a younger age, my brother, when he was in high school, he never was in school. And I guess in a way that, like, I don't know, did something. And I was like, damn, I can't wait for me to get to high school. So, feel me? I can go ahead and get out of school. I hate being in school, you know, and I just want to get out of school. And every day I was outside of school, I would never get good grades. I would always be grounded, you know. I had a lot of privileges taken from me. And man, I always play the game, and then I stopped playing the game, man, because the game got boring to me, man. And I was like, this isn't doing nothing for me. I don't go to school. I play the game. I gotta do something. I gotta make something pop, man. I can't just sit here and not do nothing, man, because, you know, ain't no one for real finna be there. And so what ended up happening is, you know, I stopped going to school completely, bro, and I locked in on me, man. You know, and my first thing was just to start my own thing, man, because I worked at, you know, I looked for jobs, man, and I get paid $11, and I just get low hours because I was so young, and I was like, bro, like, my age just messes me up. I got so much potential. I got so much to go. I got so much fight, and I can't even, like, you know, unleash my fight. I couldn't even, like, fully, like, you know, go off, man, and I can't. And I felt like I was trapped, man, and, you know, long story short, I started my own company, man, and that taught me so much things, you know, even if it was just a fail, you know, even if I failed at that, man, that taught me so much, man, because I remember I get up and like I remember I started, man, and I was like so scared to knock on doors, man, because the pressure washer company, man, I went door to door, you know, and I tried to seem so grown, I tried to dress so good, professional, like, and come on, you know, so good. So man, it was just me, cause my brother had moved out. He had moved to Missouri, man, and we lost touch a little bit, man. He started, you know, he was in a toxic relationship, and he was just, you know, we was just doing our thing, man, living life, and that's really it, man. As being grown, it was realizing that, you know, dang, like, we're gonna have to let our siblings go off and branch, you know what I mean? And something I didn't want to do, man, but I had to do it. Well, it was forced, you know, because he told me he was going to Missouri to go see her, you know, and it ended up just being that he stayed there. He never came back and even grabbed his clothes, nothing like that. And I didn't know. I wasn't prepared for anything. So I don't know. I think in a way that affected me. Started doing a lot of bad things, man, and because I felt like I was free. Because I felt like, you know, if anything, my brother was, you know, who looked after me, made sure I was in check, because he knew it wasn't my mom that could stop me, you know. So I just started doing bad things. And yeah, meanwhile I was doing bad things, man, I discovered like that power washing, man, and that power washing, man, that like I sat there and I remember, you know, just going to my first house and just like, you know, the person being rude, and I'm like, damn, man, what am I doing? But like, I just kept going, you know, and I just kept going and going and going. And it wasn't until like I was at like 175 houses, or 100 to 75 houses, man, and I was like, you know, hey, hello, how you doing? And boom, you know, I got one. And like that one just made it, man. And that one just made me feel so good. And like that one just kept me like, man, I can keep pushing. I can do this every day and I'll get somewhere, man. So I didn't even have a power washer at the time. And I was like, all right, man, I'll come back tomorrow. Tomorrow I came back. But you know, I didn't even have a pressure washer. So, you know, and then at the time, until now, I recently believed in God, man. And it didn't, you know, now looking back at it, you know, realizing like, you know, damn, like I really, you know, I got lucky because I ended up just getting a car, man. You know, and my mom had ended up giving me her car to go use it, drop off my friend. So I was like, oh shit, man, this is it or never, bro. So I ended up going, and I ended up going to Walmart with that friend, man, and I stole the power washer, man. I put that shit on the cart, you know, and we just walked out, man. We ran to the car, put it in there, and we left. And I really could have gotten in trouble, but I really just didn't care, man. I really was money hungry, man, because at a young age, I didn't, you know, we never had it like that for real. So I get few things, and I always wanted more, man. And I realized no one was gonna give me more. So I got up and I did it. So the next day I show up and I did her house, man, and I only got $70, man. You know, and at the time I felt like that was, you know, good. And after that, man, you know, she starts talking to her, you know, a girl next door, man. She's like, you know what? I like your work, man. Why don't you come over here, man? And boom, and I was like, well, you know, I ain't even see her shit first. She was like, you know, that's my house right there. I'm like, I'm gonna just tell her, you know, $100, bro. And I was like, $100, you know, and I kept going up. And slowly I just learned that, like, if you push hard enough, you can like, so many things from that, bro. Like, not even just that, and I kept going and going, like knocking on doors, getting no's. There'd be days where I'd be walking and I get straight no's, and I go through like more than 100 houses in like a block, man. It's a big ass neighborhood, man. And then I go to the next neighborhood and I'll do it again, and I'll at least 600 houses, bro. And sometimes I would get nothing, and I would just keep pushing myself, man. And I realized that I had no one, bro, and that's when I really lost everyone. you know, and about that time I had lost, you know, I was in a relationship that was bad for me, toxic, man. And I had no one, man. And like all this glory and all this, how I felt, man. How I felt, like I felt so good. You know what I mean? I felt good, and I had no one to show my success, bro. And then, you know, when I wasn't feeling good, bro, there'd be so many people there to just tell me, you know, what to do. But like when I'm doing good, you know, and no one's there, man. And then when I'm doing bad, they're there to tell me how, you know, what I'm doing wrong. And like I quickly realized that, man. And like I kept going up, and my machine broke, man. And that was like my world right there, man. I was making $500 a day. I felt like everything, man. I felt like everything. And I spent it all because I didn't have anything going up. I wanted shoes. I wanted new things. I wanted the best things for me. I wanted everything, and I didn't prepare for the worst, man. And I did the whole backyard, bro. Like, it was a big ass, like, you know, pool, patio, and like, I had to do so much. And the thing broke on me getting to the front, man. It was the whole house, my first big job, bro. He's paying me, you know, this is my first ever time getting a house it was 500, man. You know, usually to get 500, I would do 2 houses or like 3. But no, bro, this is like my big job for me, man. So, you know, I'm like, all right, I gotta do it, man. And it broke, man. And long story short, man, I couldn't finish it, man. And, you know, he ended up paying me half at least, you know, out of the kindness of his heart, bro. But, you know, that was so embarrassing for me, man. Being like, damn, man, I didn't have no money saved. I could have had this man's thing done if I would have been responsible and been saving, man. If I had some money to the side, I could have went like, oh, no issue, man. You know, problems drop. I'm gonna come by tomorrow, and I couldn't, man. And you know, for a while, I was down, man. I just, you know, I was not doing a lot of things right. You know, I kept feeling iffy about myself, man. About that time, I stopped hitting the gym, man. And, you know, I started spiraling out. And again, I found myself lost, bro, because I'm like, well, where am I at now? Like, you know, I'm still here. I'm back to zero. What's going to happen, man? So I picked up a job, man, and I worked at Sonic. Back to making like $12 an hour flipping burgers, man. And, you know, I would bike every day. An hour and a half, man, because I didn't have a car. I had no one to take me. I had no one to depend. I'm talking about, like, there wasn't days when no one would take me, bro. No one would take me. There would be very few days, bro. I had to go in rain. I had to, you know, then that taught me a lot too, man. And not gonna lie, I feel like, you know, that was a big lesson in disguise, because that taught me, man, getting up, going, and getting up and going. Like, I didn't have to do these things, man, but I'm choosing to. And that's the thing, man. I feel like that's a bigger thing, is that you have to choose to do these things, man, because you have to want to. Because, like, for all you could say and all you could want, you know, all you could wish for, bro, you gotta push for it, man. So that, you know, that taught me a lot.